Paris, the city of love, light, and second chances. And this time it becomes the place where everything comes full circle, where Belly and Conrad finally find their way back to each other. The cobblestone streets, the glow of the Eiffel Tower, and the quiet hum of midnight cafes set the stage for a love that refused to fade. No matter how far apart they drifted, this is the ending fans have waited for. A story about letters, second chances, and the kind of love that always finds its way home. The moment Conrad steps foot in Paris, the air feels heavy with memories. The first thing he notices is a postcard, the same kind she used to send him. He waits, watching, hoping, but Belly doesn't show up. When she finally does, she's radiant, carefree, and next to Bonito, the charming Parisian who's clearly caught her attention. It's a gut punch for Conrad, but instead of walking away, he greets her with a smile and a hug, as if the years apart never happened. He tells her he knows her birthday is coming up, but he has to leave soon for a conference in Brussels. Belly hides her surprise behind a laugh, saying she'll spend the day as a tourist before he goes, because at this point, Paris feels like home to her. She doesn't invite him in, though. Instead, she takes his suitcase, gives herself a moment to breathe, and stares at her reflection. The bold red lipstick, the shaky smile, it hits her that love, after all this time, still terrifies her. Across the ocean, Jeremiah's life has taken a turn of its own. He's living with Denise, known now for his viral TikTok recipes and easy charm. When Denise brings up Belly and Conrad, Jeremiah admits he already knows they're together, and to everyone's surprise, he's calm about it. He says the waiting was worse than the reality. He's finally learning to let go. Back in Paris, Belly and Conrad spend their days wandering through museums and quiet side streets, laughing about old memories and sharing new ones. Every glance between them feels loaded, with tension, with history, with everything unsaid. Conrad finally breaks the silence, admitting he's imagined her life here countless times. All he wants now is to see Paris through her eyes. While they rediscover each other, the world back home keeps spinning. Taylor is furious after learning Steven's been keeping secrets about moving to California. She just got her dream job in Boston, and now it feels like everything's fallen apart. But even through the chaos, there's humor and heart. They fight, they make up, they talk about adopting a cat. Their messy love feels achingly real. Meanwhile, Jeremiah's preparing for a big culinary event at Denise's beach house, though it brings back painful memories of the wedding that never was. The day of the dinner, everything goes wrong. Missing ingredients, no staff, and to top it all off, his estranged father suddenly shows up. But for the first time, Jeremiah doesn't crumble. He pushes through, determined to prove he's grown. Back in Paris, Belly opens up. She tells Conrad how moving here saved her, how she rebuilt herself from the pieces left behind. He listens quietly, comparing her healing to how the human body mends itself after injury. She invites him to her small birthday dinner with friends. Conrad hesitates, not wanting to intrude, but she smiles and insists. For the first time in years, everything between them feels right. The dinner is full of laughter. Belly's friends tease, joke, and argue over who knows her best. Then Bonito arrives and the air shifts. Conrad tries to stay calm, though his eyes betray him. When someone calls Conrad a legend in Paris, Bonito forces a polite smile, but everyone knows the tension is real. Gemma, ever the romantic, reminds the table how Conrad once confessed his love to Belly the day before the wedding, a move that split fans in half. Half cheered him on, half screamed at the screen for him to stop. Tonight, though, there's no division. Everyone can feel it. They still belong together. Later, under the Parisian moon, Conrad finally asks the question that's been burning in his chest. So, Bonito, he's not your boyfriend? Belly's small smile says everything. They share a cigarette, a quiet peace offering between two people who have fought too hard to stay apart. Back in Cousins, Jeremiah's dinner unfolds in chaos, yet somehow it works. Steven shows up to help, Taylor forgives him, and Denise pulls Jeremiah aside. She tells him he has to stop comparing himself to his brother. that he's more than enough all on his own. For once he believes her, it's his redemption moment, his long-awaited peace. As for Belly and Conrad, their night turns into something softer, deeper. They dance under the moonlight, a mirror of their dance at graduation, back when everything fell apart. They laugh about how young and scared they were then. Belly admits she read his letters over and over but couldn't answer until she was ready to let go of the past. Conrad listens, smiling, and tells her that no matter where she went, he never stopped writing to her in his heart. The music shifts. Taylor Swift's dress drifts through the air, and the tension between them finally breaks. This time, there are no misunderstandings, no guilt, no running away. They're older, steadier, and the love between them burns with quiet certainty. That night, they give into it completely. When morning comes, reality creeps in. Belly whispers that she's wished for him every birthday since she was a kid. But she knows love doesn't always mean forever. Conrad nods, admitting he feels the same. That maybe this is their last summer, or maybe it's the start of forever. Either way, it's real, but love stories rarely end without heartbreak. As he prepares to leave for Brussels, Conrad tells her he doesn't love her because his mother wanted him to. He loves her because he can't not love her. Belly breaks down, wondering if all of this was tied to Susanna's death, if she's just holding on to grief. Conrad shakes his head, tears in his eyes. "I tried not to love you," he says quietly. It didn't work. He leaves, and for a moment it feels like the end. Belly stares at a picture her mother sent, the girl she used to be smiling back at her. She touches the infinity necklace, the small toy Mint Jr., and realizes she's still that girl, just braver now, and then she runs. Through the crowded Paris streets, the train station glowing in the distance, music swelling in her head, out of the woods playing like fate itself. Conrad is still there, lost in thought when she calls his name. Breathless, trembling, she says the words that close the loop on their story. "I choose you. Of my own free will." He looks up, and for a moment, time stops. She shows him the infinity necklace, their silent promise renewed. This time, there's no more running, no more doubt. Back in Cousins, the world is calm again. Jeremiah and Denise have found peace. Taylor and Stephen are moving to California together, ready for a new beginning. The Fisher family, once fractured, feels whole again. And Belly and Conrad? They build a quiet, beautiful life, not one made of grand gestures, but of shared mornings and inside jokes. They don't return to Cousins for a long time, but when they finally do, everything feels familiar again. The sand, the sea, the laughter. Belly walks beside Conrad in her yellow dress, his gaze fixed on her like it always was. Time passes, and we see them years later spending Christmas in Paris, the same city where everything began again. Belly's smile says everything. Conrad looks at her like she's still his forever. And as the music fades, Olivia Rodrigo, Ariana Grande, Harry Styles, and Taylor Swift weaving through the final montage, we see it clearly. They didn't need a wedding or a ring to make it real. They chose each other, and sometimes that's the truest kind of ending.